you doing, world? Lee Johnson here again. Real Men, Real Stories podcast on location at the local 387 in Atlanta, Georgia, an esteemed establishment, but I have been my pleasure to be a part of. This is one of the guys that actually got me up in here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. He's actually a member for many, many years, gave many, many people jobs, so many jobs for some people that couldn't get a job nowhere else. I'm talking about career changing jobs. You know what I'm saying? And it changed my life. So I'm going to let my man talk, Shaun Cody. I'm going to give you the clap. Go on and introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee. My name is Shaun Cody. Business agent, vice president, Ironworkers, local 387. Joined the local in 1998. Membership numbers 1260388. Kind of tells my age with the membership number. I believe we're in the 167s at the moment. So a lot of folks I've seen come through. Went through the apprenticeship 4 years through the apprenticeship, and then actually was an instructor for about 10 years, all the while working in the field. Got a phone call in 2014 to be business agent and didn't know what I accepted. Here I am still somehow. So,
man. So what I want to know is, one of the first questions I want to ask you is, what does the union mean to you? I want you to give me a 3-word definition of the union.
3 words. That is tough. Life is the first one. Yeah, gave me life. Shoot. Hope, for sure. You know, we're always hopeful for more money. The last one, just plain and simple, tough.
It made you tough.
That's my 3 words of this business, of what I think of ironwork, union ironwork. It's tough.
Specific.
If I had to really reduce it to 3 words,
yeah,
stuff. That's tough to do. But the work we do is
Ernie Howe up north.
Mr. Robert Duffield.
Mr. Robert Duffield,
business manager.
We're actually on location at the local 387. That was actually the man in charge, Mr. Robert Duffield, 387. So 3 words is always tough, but I noticed 3 words is what's going to get what really means to you in 3 words. Can't give you a lot of words. You can talk, but 3 words is what's going to get you.
Never been asked that. Thank you.
Oh man, you
life, hope, and tough. I don't know if that rolls off the tongue, but it did give me life in more ways than a career. You know, I was in a place turmoil. You know what I mean? And this job brought me focus, man. And that hard day's work is what I needed at the time.
So how did it focus you? Like, how did it keep you focused?
Dangerous. Dangerous. And, you know, there's always opportunity to learn. Like, this business lends itself to something new often. You know, people make a claim at connector or, you know, welder even. That's not what I'm trying to sell here. I'm trying to sell JIW. Journeyman Ironworker.
That's it right there.
Does it all.
Journeyman Ironworker does.
Pause for every dramatic effect. Yeah, it's there's a lot involved here with that, you know, producing a JIW and selling, if that's what you want to call it. But, you know, we're here for labor. And like, it's funny to ride the fence with contractors and try to have an understanding of their position. But at the end of the day, we are talking about lives, and we're talking about finances, and we're talking about paying bills and groceries and gas. And, you know, our contractors have clients and they have responsibilities to the client. I fully accept the responsibility of being responsible and that person, I guess, liaison sort of for labor. It goes way deep too. It's so deep. It's crazy.
No, I'm about to go deep right here. When you look at a man, how can you tell if he'll fit as a union iron worker? Like when you look at him, like how long does it take before you know he gonna make it?
All right. So there's so many things, but you don't want to judge a book by its cover because you never know. You can't help it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Rudy Simmons shows up to interview an apprenticeship, and he's wearing like his mechanic's clothes. Worked at an auto shop.
Mm-hmm.
He walked in. He said, "How long is this going to take? I got to go back to work." And it took as little time as I needed to fudge some paperwork to make it look like we had an interview.
We can edit this though if you want me to.
Rudy Simmons is the man, and you come it, and that you come to the Ironworker interview in a suit.
Yeah.
You did not do your research. You do not know who we are, what we are.
Mm. Mm.
But like you don't like plan it, but you show up as natural as you can be in your work attire, and you got to go to work. That's what I need that ethic. We need that ethic. I never say I can help it, but we need the drive, the ethic, the motivation.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we need the skill,
mm-hmm.
The skill will be obtained. It's the ethics, the drive, the motivation that's in you, or it's not. Watch my mouth here. Like calluses, dirt under the nails, man.
Burn marks.
Like I talk to folks. I look for that. I challenge people constantly, especially new folks through the apprenticeship because they're young and they don't know what they're getting into. A lot of times I don't know what, maybe they caught a glimpse, but we lose a lot of folks in those first couple weeks, because it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mess with the young folks with push-ups and stuff,
mm-hmm.
and I'll do them with them, right there with them in sync. And there's been some to challenge me, but I do feel like if you can't do 10 push-ups,
you don't need.
I don't believe you could carry a structural tool belt.
Oh man, no, you can't carry structure. You can't walk around with that on like that all day.
Yeah, that's like 50, right? How much is that thing?
It depends. It depends on what you're doing. Because if you lejeune and you busting caps, you got that big lejeune on top of two beamers,
right?
All your wrenches.
The gun weighs 40 pounds.
You know what I'm saying? So you got that gun, and it depends on how you carrying it. If you can get one and you mad enough to clip it, and it's gonna be clipped on your belt, I don't care. I'm gonna figure out how to clip it because I can't.
Right.
And you got that cord, so you got
it. Still like being an iron worker, like becoming a lost art or becoming a journeyman, because I am obviously younger than y'all, but like at school, like even for my own kids and my siblings that graduated, like they don't know about it. They don't really know about union and journeyman. I'm an iron worker.
I don't think anybody knows what an iron worker is.
Half the time we don't know because you could fit in, like what I was telling you, we could fit in at a dock. Yeah. We could fit in at a dock. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. We can fit in at a dock.
Right.
We can do all the fastest, but do a crane. And then we can do extra. We could build structures to help them organize stuff a little bit better.
This, this union, particularly trying to get more, people for this job, because it seems like it's becoming a loss,
For whatever reason, we do very little advertising. Okay. We have a plethora of applicants. There was a lull during COVID that applicants reduced. I mean, we maintained a stack like this forever. And I was a part of that for many years. And then COVID, it really reduced. We made some moves to accommodate that. And we're off and running again. We have a stack this tall. We have plenty of applicants. Like I said, I don't know that they all know what they're getting into, but we do offer a career. I think word of mouth brings journeyman, word of mouth. I guess that's how we have plenty of applicants. No shortage of applicants. As far as like the youth today, and this might have been the subject, but like I heard it when I joined. Mm-hmm. My foreman then, they had it rougher than I did.
Yeah.
And they you ain't nothing. The kids today. And I kind of think I want to believe it's the same thing.
Okay.
You know, the right people are out there, and the wrong ones, they might dabble and they won't. It's too tough to just do this because.
Yeah.
The money's good, but the work is intense, and you got to want it.
The work is extremely intense.
But you know, nothing beats the pride of accomplishing and succeeding and finishing and seeing Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
man,
Phillips Arena,
man,
the projects I've been a part of downtown. To say I've helped build this city,
yeah,
is something that a lot can't say.
Yeah,
you know.
So, on that note, what she was talking about, I'm gonna stay in that same direction. For me, coming out of a bad situation, this place gave me a position to where I could just get right back in society and compete with the best of them financially. Cause so quick, you know what I'm saying? If you obtain the skill, and then no matter what you do or what you've been through, they'll mess with you. I mean, there's certain things that won't, but as far as you've done something, this is a redemption type place. This place paid enough bills and got me off of my probation. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I was down in prison, I preached union. I preached this. One of the few people that talked to me in prison was a brother from the union hall. You know, understand what I'm saying? One of the few people that looked out for me was from the union hall. So can you tell us, Scott, some of the things that we had talked about it earlier, some of the programs that you got going on to look out for? Oh, troubled youth or troubled seniors. You know what I'm saying? That somebody just trying for a second chance.
We do have a connection with the Atlanta Transition Center, something I worked on for probably 2 years. It took about a year to hit. I've reached out to all the correctional facilities to try to, you know, establish a link for labor. It makes perfect sense. Some of these places have some training already. I found that they're either privately owned. I mean, the red tape is pretty deep. I hit a lick with Atlanta Transition Center off Ponce. We did a presentation to 60 individuals interested. The Transition Center assisted in reducing, you know, the number of folks that they did some mitigating there and helped us with 10 interviews. From there, we accepted 4, and we were able to put 3 to work. They were all great guys, just hungry as can be. We told them up personally, ourselves. Very exciting moment for us. And currently one remains, Mr. Tommy Williams, currently with Superior Rigging, and I look forward to him having a beautiful career, and I think he does too. So we're going to expand on that venture. I'm also associated with DeKalb Workforce Board. My counterpart, he's associated with the Fulton County Workforce Board. Our training director, he's actually on the state workforce board. And there's 13 workforce boards across the state that help administer federal funds by means of training. Check out your unemployment offices for these opportunities. It's free.
Mm-hmm. So I can definitely involve in the state and the local community. You definitely giving people second chances. And I think that's one of the most important thing. I'm going to take it a little bit personal to you. Give me a great ironworker story. We all got them. We all got a story where somebody did something amazing, whether they saved a life or they just did something on the job that seemed impossible.
We all get in trouble then.
I can edit anything. I can edit anything.
It's not safe for work.
I can just give me one. Just
ride the headache ball.
Yeah, right. Impressive. That was fun. That was fun. Yeah, that was it. You got in trouble for that, but
is it legal? Is it legal? So do we have a picture? Okay, this that's the headache ball. Okay, the hook is attached to it, and back in the day, we ride that bad boy. And that's been outlawed for decades.
Like Miley Cyrus, which the music video.
Well, it doesn't. Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
In a way, yeah.
In a way,
yeah, yeah. But this might be 80 to 100 feet or something like that up in the air.
That's crazy.
And then you're out, be windy.
I was over Marietta Street. Middle of the night.
Middle of the night, can't really do it in the daytime.
Yeah, definitely.
I think one of my craziest stories was I'm gonna say his name, Casper. Remember Casper?
That's a wonderful story you're
The
about to
stadium,
tell.
the gargoyle.
I'm talking about the roof.
That's what we called it. That's what he called it. He gargoyled
Yes,
it.
that was beautiful.
He climbed. I don't know how he got up there.
Beautiful.
And I stripped down to his drawers because that was a long way from the ground floor up to the very top.
300 feet.
Yeah, and there's no elevator. I mean, there is one, but I know he didn't take it. And then the stairs. And then when you get up there, you got to really climb up some more stuff to get to, you know what I'm saying? Because I worked on the roof. I was one of the people working on the roof. He actually got up there in his drawers and gargoyled us at one of the highest points of Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
They weren't boxers, though. I mean,
no, he was in bikini shorts.
Yes, that's
he was
right.
in bikinis.
Not just bikinis, star-spangled bikinis.
So, and I heard that Arthur Blank's helicopter was flying by, and he got caught up. He was fired before he hit the ground.
Not just him, sir.
Who else?
You're looking at him.
You
don't think we got a phone call?
Oh yeah, I know you got it.
I was on press day.
Tell me that story.
Too many have happened since of similar nature. I answer to all of that. So on a similar fashion, a fellow wanted to be not there anymore, and he stripped down in the swing stage, but put his tools back on and went to working.
Oh my goodness!
He's welding in his underwear with his safety, all his gear on.
I guess sarcasm and being funny part of the job description.
Oh man, we got
barred from the company for that. I mean, it's not that funny, but he got his money. Lee knows what I mean.
Yeah. 2 checks, baby.
Those checkies.
2 checks.
I got to go.
hey, I remember when everybody got laid off almost at one time because the what was his name? Hightower. He was a superintendent on a job at B&A Airport.
Oh yeah. I mean, oh gosh.
I think he got fired first, and then
a couple Hightowers actually.
He had his own company.
Yeah, I know. That's the daddy.
Oh yeah. Okay. He did have a bunch of sons.
Yeah.
He did have a couple sons.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
it's endless, bro.
So there's some endless stories. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is this is the place where you can find family. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I've had times where I've had union guys pay for my hotel room just so I could work out of town because I'm messed up. You know what I'm saying? Or let me sleep on their floor, and they might have a wife in the room and let me sleep on their floor for like a week till I get that first check and I can get my own room. So I don't know any other place that is doing that, but unions, I know this ain't the only hall that got people that's doing that. It's all across America. There's unions. On that note, how do you feel about the longshoremen strike?
Learning about it.
Yeah.
Learning about it. It's more concerning the end result than what's happening right now. It's very interesting to me that all the major unions have appeared to strike this year. It's odd that we're all in negotiations. Local 92 Ironworkers, 798, 709, 387, a few more. All in contract negotiations. Economy's tough. And they're responding to the economy as well as the automation. That's a real threat to their livelihood. It's something to pay attention to. It will get worked out. We're in the same position here.
Somewhat automation?
Not the automation part. We're just in contract negotiations with employers that don't want to reciprocate what's going on in the economy.
How do you feel about public opinion? Because again, I don't know much about unions, like besides what's going on in the news.
Mm-hmm.
Like I learned a little bit in school, but ever since I started working at 15, I remember going to jobs telling me not to sign for a union, that I can't join a union.
Wow.
And that I've had to sign those legal documents.
Wow.
So I've had a bad image of unions, right? I mean, I understand the concept of it, but I've been fed a bad opinion of unions. how do you feel about public opinions? You know, it's like, oh, you're asking, it looks like a money grab.
Oh, sure.
It's like,
Sure.
y'all make, you know, everyone made money. Of course, we all know companies during COVID made the most out of everything. But like, how do you feel like, again, public opinion, y'all being
Probably not
selfish,
good.
y'all
Probably
no
not good
money.
on, you know, initial sticker shock. You're going to hear, you heard the numbers like I have.
Mhm.
I don't even know if that's legit or not. I basically are very suspect of all the information I hear on the internet and otherwise. We just had a hurricane in Cartersville, Georgia. I mean,
Crazy.
anywho, yeah, it's not a good look for union as a whole if that's what's being spouted. I think that anybody would recognize the threat of automation in that industry. They're on a grid. I mean, they're on, it seems to me a real threat.
Yeah, it is.
And those people, you know, are they taking the right approach? Not for me to say. I have similar concerns here as a representative of labor, but I understand the balance with our employers. I've always told my students as an instructor, clean this up. A broke dude never hired anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is our job to make these employers money so that they can do another one.
You could have
And we go with them. You can't be completely blind,
Yeah.
you know, to the other side. And nobody, you know, in the field, I did recognize that day one. And I would ask, if everybody's telling you not to join the union, it seems to me like I'd want to know more.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, why?
I'm curious.
Why do you want me to sign a paper? But it must be good. You know, but I'm a bad boy. If you say no, I want to say, yeah, let me see. You know, but that's what most Ironworkers on.
As we
I was in the post office union before I came to this.
Hmm.
I was in the military, left Army, went to the post office.
You feel like other unions, like you said, y'all also going through your own stuff, that y'all will give support to what's going on in you know, New York and Texas?
We're all looking at it, and several members have called me with this 77% being BS. You know, I can't argue that at all. It sounds ludicrous on paper. We don't know the brevity of what's going on. You know, the internet going to give you just enough to let you run with it.
Okay.
I'm real. I love it. I scroll too.
yeah.
But you know, we've gotten pretty far away, man,
Yeah.
from where we've been.
Yeah.
You think this is a historic, like the court situation is going to be a historic thing for all unions across the board?
No,
or
ma'am.
it's just going to stay over there?
They're late to the party as far as that goes. Yeah. I mean, the auto workers made hella strides. You know, other major organizations, AFL-CIO Associated, have made some good strides, because there are some employers that recognize the times. I mean, it's a fickle thing though. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. You get a raise.
Mm-hmm.
For us, we don't know what our employers bid their work at. That's their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if we raise our price, they're going to raise their price.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Exactly.
That's what happens. So we careful not to price ourselves out of the market. We know what we're 4% of the ironwork in the state of Georgia. We know what we're up against. We can't play with, can't play with it too much. We put up as much legitimate fight argument as what's warranted, but they got their side too, and we have to hear it.
I was just telling her that earlier. They got these business owners. They got their side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I know you come out on the job, you're like, what are you doing? Why are you just not, I'm trying to fight for you, but you out here playing bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what he means on that side. So I've been
hard to teach it.
Hard to teach it. It's definitely a hard thing.
I've been,
you got to want it.
I've been kind of associating us with TVs and job sites with TVs, you know.
Okay.
Like you got the Sony Bravia, you know what I mean? You got the Vizio at the LG. A good TV works fine. Everybody, you know, if you could get the Bravia, you take the Bravia, wouldn't you? That's like a $5,000 TV.
Mm-hmm.
You can get 500. Works fine. And just trying to get people's mindset of what in negotiations, you know, what we're trying to sell here. It ain't either. It ain't either.
It's in the middle. That's definitely, I like that insight. I like that look. I like that look. I want to ask a whole lot more, but I
talk a lot more.
I don't want to. This thing is addictive. This thing can be addictive. This thing definitely can be addictive. So I guess one other question I've always curious: what is it like in negotiations with some of these business owners? Like, what is it like? Is it? I mean, I know every negotiation.
Quiet. If you know, it's not like a movie. It's typically strategy is built on both sides at a previous date, right? And come table, you usually have a lead and lead do most of the talking, a little chiming in here from a little chiming in of that nature. But the strategy's already there, and everybody knows the end result really where they want to be. You know, not a lot of bickering. You know what I mean? Really, all the contractors have in their favor against us is our quality, and that's it.
That's it.
You know, along with coming to work every day, quality is it. So if a contractor is getting bad quality, they throw it in your face. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, and that's all they have. They don't produce a thing.
Not a thing.
The employers don't make a tangible thing at all. That's some terrible English, but we the ones produce.
Yeah.
They sell a product. They do a lot of spreadsheets and calculating. And if they don't get it right, it makes us look so bad. We got that to deal with too. In that, you know, as built, fast track. These are type projects that are built with no blueprints. Let's go. We'll design it as we go. Yeah, that's called a fast track project.
You know what? I've been curious. I think I've been a part of a couple of them jobs.
You've been a part of them.
I think I've been a part of a couple of them jobs. You understand what I'm saying? Like I did a job out in Virginia and we was building stuff. I don't know where y'all sent me. It was McClure or something like that.
Sounds familiar.
And we was building, we was taking a material from a building and rebuilding it there. And this is a 5-6 story building of old, and we had to piece it together with no print.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, from if you were the company owner, how do you bid that for one? Right. None of the workers consider that, you know, go to work, do my thing, get a check. We are an organization that, you know, we have to market ourselves. So I do try to teach people to be conscious and stuff like that. I think we could produce a better iron worker if we are aware. Number one, he's got to make money, you know, or I don't have a job. And we do a good job. And I pray that the chips fall where they need to be. Very optimistic. Have to be.
You got to be optimistic on the construction site. It's all about optimism. Everything. We're sweeping up dirt. Well, you know what? I'm making $30-some to sweep up this dirt today. So move my way.
Fire watching on the slab out there.
I think you might have got called on me falling. Fire watching. Yeah. It is the easiest project. It is so boring. You go to fall
400 yards of concrete. Nothing's going to burn. Nothing. There's nothing to burn.
But you're the only one getting burnt. The one who's welding, you're the only one. That's the only one.
Fire catch,
Only thing is
fire
in there
watch.
is the person getting burnt, man. All right, man. I'm gonna start to shut this down, man. I'm gonna close this out, man. I guess the last closing remark, what I wanted to ask for you, and is, what do you look to the future for the 387? Like, what do you look to the future for unions?
Multiple houses.
Residential?
No. I mean, departments.
Okay.
Like, we build stadiums.
Okay.
Right? We build power plants.
Okay.
We build some different stuff. We build condos, build offices.
All that.
I think we just need to spread our wings into a few other departments.
International?
No. I'm just talking about like the different markets. Okay, like Harmon Glass, Crown Core.
Okay.
This is a glass, right? This is a glass market. Yeah. Your stadiums, structural.
Yeah.
Commercial on a large scale. All the condos, commercial. I think we just need to expand in other areas that we're currently not in. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of work in the state of Georgia we're not addressing, and it's all about this. Metal buildings, for example. I could go on and on. Metal buildings, man. Just one little piece.
We'll have a part 2, man. I want to see if I can get you to our house one time, man, and bring some representatives or some things of that nature, man. And I definitely want to do some on location things with the Union Hall, because, like I said, this place saved my life, man. Thank you, Shaun, for this interview, man.
Thank you, sir.
See you
I'm glad
later,
to see you
man.
doing well, brother.
Peace out, man.